favorite movie of all time is Inception. Uh, and I think like it's really interesting because of the layers within it, right? They can go through different dreams and go through people's minds.
Right.
But was there
Right.
anything that, watching that movie and studying dreams that stood out as an actual truth from that movie that also happens in real life?
Sure. So you can definitely have dreams within dreams. That is, that is a thing. Sometimes they're referred to as false awakenings. I've had them. You have a dream and then you wake up into another dream. So that can happen as well.
Oh,
And you can also intentionally move yourself into a dream. Like while you're awake, you can say, I'm intending to have this dream, and then have that dream when you go to sleep. I've done that too. So you can have that control over it, and you can have layers of dreams. The science fiction part involves people entering the same dream space at the same dream time. That's science fiction. And I think, if it's been a while since I've seen that movie, but I think they have some kind of like chemicals or machines set up to
yeah.
like facilitate that process. So again, that's a science fiction.
But I didn't know that about both of those things. I think are really interesting. What's your experience just personally been with um, waking up from a dream, thinking you woke up, and then you're still in the dream?
Um, I mean, it's sometimes I'll just wake up and it'll be like I'm waking up in my life. So I'll just dream that my alarm clock goes off and that I'm waking up, and I go to the bathroom and wash up and eat breakfast, and then I wake up for real, and I'm like, oh, okay, that was just a dream. I mean, I don't get them that
Yeah.
frequently. They happen once in a while, and sometimes it's a little bit more like I'll wake up and in my dream, I'll wake up and I'll be in like my parents' house or something, and I'll be like, "Oh, I'm here. Like this is where I am now." And then I'll wake up for real, and I'll be at my actual apartment. So, um, yeah, they're, for me at least, pretty mundane.
Well, actually, now that you mention it, I am starting to think back on dreams that they weren't, like you said, they weren't necessarily that memorable, but there were times where I thought I was waking up, and then I would go through the day and something would happen, and then when I wake up, I would be really worried that I did something stupid, or like that whatever bad thing happened in the dream like happened in real life, and I'd wake up with the fear of, oh shoot, like it's the next day, like what did I do? But so that stuff's
Uh,
super weird. But the second part that you mentioned, so in order to, like you said, basically you can create your own dream and facilitate it in a similar aspect. So what is
yes.
that? What would you have to do in order to do that? Like, what are the steps to create your dream?
Boy. I mean, I think for the people who can really do this like on command, the dream yogis, they're spending so much of their day, just all day every day, being mindful of their surroundings and practicing meditation and trying to facilitate lucidity by just doing kind of mnemonic checks and sleep checks, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And like
So
your frequencies and stuff.
I'm sorry.
Are there like just certain frequencies that facilitate that too?
Frequencies? I'm
Yeah.
not sure what you mean.
Or like in terms of do you listen to certain things in headphones or play certain types of music or
No, I think it's more just an internal kind of structuring, and intending to go back into that dream space. Um, it requires a level of intentionality and patience to do, and it's not something that's common. It's much more common in folks who are just immersing themselves in concentration all the time. And again, in our weird culture, we're not really doing that. So it's
yeah.
it's tougher. It's tougher for us to do that.
Well, I'm glad to hear that because this is for this podcast specifically, we talk a lot about meditation, and I know a lot of our audience is really like intrigued by meditation and going within.
Yeah.
So I'm sure there's someone out there listening right now who is like, you know what, I'm going to make it my goal to be able to, practice this and create my own dreams. So if
Yeah.
you're listening, good luck.
Dreams are the yoga of sleep.
I like that. What do you mean by that, though? Explain that, because I like that.
If yoga is meant to be this, this practice as a way of facilitating discipline and concentration and well-being, the dream space is kind of like that within your sleep. You're training your mind essentially to be more present focused in that space while you're asleep. And for the folks who are spending a lot of their time, if not all of their time, in meditative practice, they're essentially doing dream yoga. They're practicing that kind of mindfulness while they're asleep. So there's a lot of parallels there.
Yeah, I think that's a perfect place to end, because I think that kind of brings everything together.